Today you're going to learn how to change brake calipers on a GMC Sierra pickup truck. This is a 2007 classic standard duty. Now you learn. Step one, you got to get your car on a nice even surface, indoors preferably, so you're out of the elements. Today it's snowing in Colorado, so we're in a garage. And then you want to get your car up on a safe platform. I'm going to use this hydraulic jack and an additional concrete block to get it up high enough to remove the wheel, because we're trying to get to the calipers. Understand? So we're going to place the jack here on the frame. This is a nice level, strong point that will lift up the wheel off the ground. You just adjust your jack, just get it in a good stationary point. Screw up until you're stable. Lock the hydraulic valve. That'd be to the right. This is a piece of shit jack that I purchased a while ago. Okay, as you start seeing your tire lift off the ground, stop before it's fully off the ground, because you want to undo your wheel nuts with some pressure on the tires, on the wheel, so you can actually remove the nuts. I'm going to remove these plastic covers first to get to the wheel nuts. I'm missing a few, but after you get the plastic wheel nut cap covers off, get ready to put some torque on the wheel nuts themselves. They've got a high torque rating. Luckily, I've pre-loosened these, but you can see. Don't strip it. That's serious. Remove the wheel nuts. You'll notice some of them get pretty worn just with the torque you have to put on them. So it might be a good idea just to replace all your wheel nuts with a new, stronger set when you're doing this. Just because you don't want to strip them where you can't remove it, and you might have to take it to a shop or buy special tools. Okay, now we've got the wheel nuts removed. Now you can raise your vehicle into the air to get the wheel off. So I'm going to continue raising it on the jack until we are fully off the ground, and just watch it. You'll see a few more. Does that look good? A little higher. Just so you have enough tolerance to get the wheel off. You don't want it too high up. Just enough to get the wheel off. Spec brake pad, just because you don't want different materials. The reason why I'm replacing these brake pads is because I bought a cheap pair about a year ago, and they just squeaked so much because it was a different ceramic material. So I'm getting the real stuff that the plate or the rotor is designed to work with. About $60 at the automotive shop, so expect to spend, $50, $60 for the premium. All right, now that we've got the wheel off, the next step is to remove the caliper bolts. We're gonna have two of them using a 17mm socket. Shouldn't require too much torque. Just want to get in a position where you can apply pressure without breaking your arm. Okay, since this is the first time I'm replacing these calipers, it's pretty rusted down there. So if you need to, use an extension arm on your socket wrench just to get the torque in there. Try to get this thing off. It's getting a little bit looser. Finally able to get the caliper bolt off. Putting the 17mm socket, locking it with an adjustable wrench on the other side. Took forever. There we go. You remove that. Make sure you don't disconnect your hydraulic hose. I like to set it on top. That way it rests as you can remove the pads. First thing I'm going to do is remove these clips. Pop these off. These should come off relatively easy. And recognize that this is your piston side. And you're going to want to make sure you put the grease on this side on the metal plate. Just pop right out. Take away the old plates because your new set comes with them. Get rid of this old crap. I recently had the rotors machined, so pretty good condition. Shiny. So the new ones, slide right in there. There we go. Just let it rest right in there. What these are going to do is going to allow the calipers to sit on these points here to keep it nice and even between your rotor. Recognize that the larger ceramic plate is the piston side, the inner. This takes a little bit of adjusting, but we'll get it done. Outer pad, curve side there. So we got these mounted in the brackets. Next step Just put the grease all over the backside of this. Your piston's gonna be pressing here and vibrating. Smear it on, apply grease to the piston side, and then as much as we can get on this side. These are gonna vibrate quite a bit. You got the moving surface pulsing at a high frequency with your stationary caliper. So that creates the vibration. Next up, get the caliper back on. A lot of times the pistons will be sunken in. You wanna clean that off, get that gunk off, and then you push those in slightly, or with a bar, push those across, get it to open back up on your new width of the brake pads. All right, we've got the caliper back on. We're tightening back down the end of the caliper pins. I also wanted to point out, I put some WD-40 in there just because these were really stiff and rusted. I love this part. Best part of the movie. Jesus Christ. It's great. Getting the wheel back in place. One of them at least. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong here. This spot. There you go. Some WD-40 in there. These things are fucking stiff. So there's the lubrication and those bad boys. Sliding and clicking. Sliding and clicking, it's the greatest sound in the world. And, tighten your wheel back down, put the caps on, and just change your brake pads.